So what I learned, man, over the years about family and friendships, all right, and being attached, I realized attachment at this point is just another form of suffering. Attachment is just another form of being tied down to family and friends that in the long run may not benefit you as a man. And as a grown man, you cannot afford to be tied down to any attachment that is poisonous, and that is detrimental to your growth as a man. And so I had to learn as a young kid, essentially, to not be attached, to not put all my stock in friendships and family, because I knew I was going to be let down, right? So this created an avoidment of attachment. It created this wall of avoiding attachment. And I get into my 20s now. I'm in my 20s now, and I find myself avoiding attachment, right? Which is, when I look at it now, it's the right choice, because I don't want to be tied down to anything that can stunt my growth. If I'm around people that do not have the best interest, that do not have the best intentions for my life, and I'm around people that don't want to see me grow, that don't want to see me win, that don't want to see me do well in life, right? They don't clap for me when I win. I don't want those folks anywhere near me. I don't want that fake love around me. You already know how I feel about fake love. I don't tolerate fake love in my life. And I'm sure as hell not going to tolerate it on YouTube or social media or anywhere else in life, because I know my worth and I built up my value for a long time. You know, I had to be alone to understand this, right? I had to feel some type of loneliness, you know, throughout a period of time to understand who I am, to develop self. And developing yourself is a very tough journey, all right? You are going to feel lonely at times, and that's normal to feel lonely. It's normal to get into a point where you feel lonely, right? But when you start to love yourself and you start to gain that value for yourself, and you start to gain confidence in yourself and everything that you do, and you know you're doing right by yourself, you know you're on the right path, because God is directing you into the right path, you're not going to feel lonely. You're not lonely at all. You know what I'm saying? You're in a season of your life to where you are alone. You are detached from people. You're detached from the world. Okay? You're detached from people altogether. Now, do not mistake this for being antisocial. That is not what I'm talking about. Okay? You have to be social. All right? You have to be able to communicate to people. You have to be able to talk to people, right? Talk to people that actually understand you as a person. Talk to people that actually give you meaningful conversations. Not talk to folks that just, you know, go on and on about bullshit, that go on and on about nothing, right? Nothing beneficial, nothing intellectual, All right. For me, my standards when it comes to conversations is it's about intellect. It's about meaningful conversations. Like, how do we progress this conversation going forward? How do we progress this connection going forward? I'm all about intention when it comes to having a conversation. Like, I want to make sure that I'm having a conversation with a person that can either teach me something, or I can teach that person something, educate that person, whatever. You know what I'm saying? It's an exchange of intellect going on, not just a back and forth dialogue on, on the NFL or a sports team or a favorite TV show or movie. Like, that shit is pointless, bro. It's ultimately pointless, and those types of conversations to me are just not beneficial. Okay? Me personally, I hate having those type of conversations where it's nothing but sports. It's nothing but just politics. Nothing but just 3D dimensional stuff that just has nothing to do with me at all. Okay, has nothing to do with what I'm doing in my life. I find no merit in the conversation that we're having. Having conversations with people about money, about careers, about businesses, about things that can progress each other. Okay, that can progress our mindset, progress our intellect. All right, teach each other some things that we may not have known before the conversation. Just having valuable conversation, and that's my standard when it comes to people. If we're not having those type of conversations, and if I feel like, you're draining me in my mental energy, I'm not going to be in tune with the conversation that we're having. I'm going to be disconnected. Or I may just say, you know what, I got this to do. I'll talk to you later, type of thing. You know what I'm saying? Just walk away. Because for me, I don't got time to talk to people that just want to waste my time, that just want to talk about nonsense all day. Okay? The same thing goes with family members. If all we're doing is just doing the same things over and over and over again, at some point, we have to go about our own lives. Okay? We have to go about our own way. You see, we get too caught up in family and friendships and all this like fun shit, good times, whatever. And all I can say to good times, man, is good times create weak men. Good times create weak men. Good times do not create a strong man. You see, I had to go through a lot of bad times in my life in order to become stronger. So, and not having that attachment, like when it comes to most of my family, I'm not attached to them as much as I would like to be, but it's kind of good. It's good in a sense that I'm not, right? Because like I said on the top of this video, that attachment can be another form of suffering, right? Being attached to people your entire lives can hold you back. Everywhere you go in life, you can't go anywhere without that person. You gotta go. You gotta go with that person everywhere. Okay, you gotta go to that person for everything. Every decision that you're about to make, you have to go to that person that you are attached to. You have to go to that person for advice, questions, whatever. Everything that involves you, you have to go to that person. Right? Because you're attached. And let's be real. Being attached like that to people and friends and family, especially as a grown man, that is weak. That is weak beta behavior. Okay? It's effeminate. It's effeminate behavior. It should not be tolerated. It should not be tolerated, bro. You do not need to be attached to anybody when you are a grown man and you are old enough to do things on your own. You're old enough to get your own job. You're old enough to be an adult. all right? When you start acting like an adult, you're old enough to take care of your business, okay? Because this world that we live in, man, it's a battlefield, okay? Internally, it's a battlefield, right? This world is merely out to get us, right? Because they throw all this crazy stuff in our way that can take us off our pivot. But it's our job to stay on top of our game. It's our job to be leaders. It's our job to build. It's our job to, leave a legacy behind. We're not supposed to get attached at all. A lot of you guys right now have not broken attachments. Okay, you're still clinging. You're still clinging onto the wrong type of friends. Okay, you're still clinging on to family members that you should have been disconnected. That you should have been disconnected from the jump. I'm not saying that you cannot be, in good spirits with your family. I'm not saying that you can't have friendships, but I'm saying there's always a time and place to have attachments, okay? When you are building up your life and you are, as they would say, chasing the bag, you do not have the time to be attached. When you are trying to build up a career, you're trying to build up yourself as a man, you don't have time to be attached to anybody. I don't have a time to be attached to anybody at all. Okay, that's just not on my schedule. It's just not in the works. Okay, when it comes to relationships for me, it's just not in the works right now. That's something that I'm not willing to commit to. Because first and foremost, I want to be accomplished and fulfilled in different areas of my life before I even jump into a relationship that can potentially fulfill me. You know what I'm saying? Before I even jump into dating women, I want to be accomplished in other aspects, okay, of my life. And I feel like this is what every man should be doing. You need to complete yourself in all aspects of life: finances, credit, your health, fitness, business, career, etc. Before you even give your time and your energy and attention to a family, to a woman, to friendships, to social fun, you need to put all that time and energy and attention into yourself. Okay? All that time, all that attention, all that energy into yourself. You need to complete yourself in all aspects first. You do not need to be trying to complete other people. That's backwards. That's backwards, man. And getting attached to family and friends can hold you back, right? Especially if your family is not bringing no value to your life. Especially if you have friendships that add no value and meaning to your life. What's the sense of having friendships if they're not going to be there for you at your worst of times, at your, when you're struggling? What's the sense of having friendships, man, if they're not going to be there for you when you face adversity? Okay? Friendships mean nothing if they are not with you through adversity. Friendships mean nothing if they're not with you through the bad times, if they're not fighting with you in the trenches, if they're just there for a good time, if they're just in your life for, for fun, whatever, parties and all that bullshit, then guess what? They're not really your friend. They're not really your friend. They are just drinking buddies. They're just people just to have fun with, right? Cool. You have fun, that's it. You go through that entire season of having fun and, living life, turning up, whatever. But after that, what's next? What's next after the fun? What's next after, smashing that woman? What's next? I see a lot of us want to have fun. A lot of us want to turn up with people that aren't really our fucking friend. We want to turn up with folks that really do not have our best interest. But once that fun is over, now what? Now what? What is next? What is next for you and that other person? What is next for you and your family? What's next? Like what's going on? Because if there's nothing being put in motion, if there's no plans being put in motion,